Hello, good morning all of you. Today I am discussing about the Coulomb's law. First of all, why are introduced for the Coulomb's law, where it is valid, important features of the Coulomb's law. These three questions, you know the answers means that is a very well understand for the Coulomb's law. First of all, why are introduced for the Coulomb's law? The electric force between the two charged object, the electric force between the two charged objects measured quantitatively by Charles Coulomb. Charles Coulomb is that is one of the great scientists. This scientist introduced for the Coulomb's law. This law used for the find the force between the 2 point charges. Okay. Now that is a Coulomb's law statement. The force of attraction the force of attraction or repulsion between 2 point charges 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of 2 point charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The force, this force acts along line joining those two charges. Okay, this is the statement. Okay, why are introduced for the first point? That is why are introduced for the Coulomb's law, because of determine the force between the two charges in quantitatively. That is a statement. The force of attraction or repulsion between the 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of 2 point charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. These force act along line joining those two charges. Okay, for example, a 2 point charge. For example, charge is the charge Q1. Is the charge, another charge is the Q2. Okay, these two charges are separated by the small distance, that is the R. Small distance is the R. Okay, now according to statement, force is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of two charges. According to statement, that is a product of magnitude of two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now, F directly proportional to Q1, Q2, inversely proportional to the R square. Proportionality reduced, that is introduced for the constant. Here F is equal to K of Q1, Q2 by R square. Here K is equal to proportionality constant. constant. Proportionality constant. Now this value k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This total value have a 9 into 10 to the power of 9. 9 into 10 to the power of 9, that is a Newton meter square by Coulomb square. Newton meter square by Coulomb square. Here is the epsilon naught. Epsilon naught means that is a medium, that is a permittivity of the medium. Permittivity of the medium is equal to value 8.85 into 10 to the power of minus 12, that is a Coulomb square Newton per meter square. Newton meter square. Okay, what is the meaning of we have a directly proportional and inversely proportional? For example, here two charges is there. Okay, these two charges have a force acting on Q1 and Q2. These two charges have a small distance is there. That is a force is equal to maximum. Okay, at that time two charges are a more distance. For example, 1 kilometer. Okay, 1 kilometer is there. That is equal charge Q1 and Q2. At that time, the force is equal to minimum. Force is equal to minimum. Here totally depends upon the distance. Inversely proportional. Means that is equal R is decreases. F and R. Okay, R is increases, F is correspondingly decreases. This is the policy. Okay, finally here F is equal to final formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the Coulomb's law force equation. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, now here for example, okay, here F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. This final equation. Now for example, here for example F is equal to Q1 is equal to 1 coulomb, Q2 is equal to 1 coulomb, R is equal to 1 meter. At that time the Coulomb's force F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Already know that. That is a F is equal to this total value 9 into 10 to the power of 9, that is equal to 1 into 1 by 1 square. That is the F is equal to finally 9 into 10 to the power of 9 newtons. This is the maximum force between the 2 point charges. Okay, now this is a maximum forces. For example, vector form of the Coulomb's law. Vector form of the Coulomb's law. For example, here vector form of Coulomb's force. Vector form of Coulomb's force. That is a, for example, charge, that is a Q1, charge Q2. Okay, separated by distance. Okay, the force first one here is the force F12. This is the force F21. Okay, this means force Q1 due to force Q1 due to Q2 is F12. Next, force Q2 due to Q1 is F21. Okay. This means the force acting on a first body due to the second. At that time, here force F12 vector form is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 say vector whole cube into R1. This is vector for next to again F21 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R21 vector that is equal to R21 vector. Okay, this is a F12 is equal to minus of F21. Coulomb's law is agree with Coulomb's law agree with Newton's third agree with Newton's third. Okay, after this is the total Coulomb's law. There is important features. Okay, these important features, first one is a Coulomb's force is conservative. Okay, the first one is the Coulomb's force is a conservative. It is a central force. Next point is the Coulomb's force is always attractive or repulsive. Coulomb's force depends upon the medium. This Coulomb's law analogs to gravitational force. That is important features. The Coulomb's force is a conservative, it is a central force. Coulomb's force is always attractive or repulsive. Coulomb's force is depends upon the medium. This Coulomb's law is analogs to the gravitational force. Okay. Now, finally, where is it valid? Okay, Coulomb's law only valid for the stationary charges. Coulomb's law only valid for stationary charges. And second one is a Coulomb's law only valid for point charges. These are the two conditions. Okay, I understand. Valid. Coulomb's law is only valid for the stationary charges. Coulomb's law is only valid for the point charges. Okay, thank you all of you.